What up, y'all boys? It's your boy CG. It's me. You already know the deal, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back with some more heat. Before we even get started and dive into this very deep video, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Smash that like button. Send me to the friggin' moon, y'all. Taking this view real quick before we dive into this video. Crazy oceanfront. You know, they had to roll out the red carpet for Mr. CG. What do I always say whenever I travel? We get poolside, oceanfront. Every time we get oceanfront, poolside, oceanfront. You already know the deal. But anyway, bro, I just wanted to chop this video off for y'all, bro. This is a really deep video. I'm going to drop 2 deep-ass videos because I'm getting in my bag a little bit, but I got to drop 2 deep-ass videos about this. So, bro, traveling, it's almost personal to me, bro. Like, people are starting to ask me, yo, bro, like, over the last 8 months, why have you stayed over 100 nights in hotels? Why have you been away every single month from home? Not only do I believe that traveling opens your mind and expands your mind. Like, this is my first time out of the country. This is my first time in Mexico right now. And let me tell you, bro, it is freaking dope. It opened my eyes, bro. It's about to be dark. Look at how blue the water is. I don't know if you guys can see it in the camera. The camera really don't do the water justice for real, but the water is so blue. The people down here are so nice. And I always thought Mexico was kind of like a third world country. So it's not that I was hesitant to go. But I'm like, well, you know, why do people go? But now I see why. Because the food is excellent. You get great quality food for a portion of the price. Crazy views, you know what I'm saying? Cool wildlife, you know what I'm saying? Everything's been dope. But traveling's personal to me, bro, because, you know what I'm saying? When I was younger, I didn't travel at all, bro. Like, this is my first time seeing the world at 23, 24 years old. And I remember, you know, as you guys know, I'm half white and half black. I grew up in a wealthy, you know, Caucasian community. Not there's any problems with that, you know, it's been a great life so far, and I'm blessed to be able to know the people I know and live in the neighborhood I live in and everything like that. But we never really had the money to go travel and stuff like that when I was younger. We would go to like New Hampshire, Mystic, Connecticut, because I'm from Rhode Island, Mystic, Connecticut, Maine, Vermont, you know what I'm saying? Those are really like the places that we would go to. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I had great memories, you know, seeing wildlife, going fishing, doing all those things, but we never do hotels, we never do flights, we never do any of that. And, you know, I used to ask my family, like, when I started getting older, and I never really got a straight answer because I'd be like, you know, Mom, you know, Grandma, Grandpa, why aren't we going to, you know, Aruba or wherever these kids would go to, Europe, Japan, Hong Kong, the Philippines. Like, these kids would go to the most random, crazy places just to, like, keep up with the Joneses and stuff like that. And I used to ask my family, yo, why don't we do that? Why don't we travel? Like, no one ever gave me a straight answer. Oh, Carl, you know, we just don't. You know, that's just not what we do. Or, oh, you know, that's only for certain people. Or, oh, you know, this and that. So basically what I'm saying is that we really couldn't afford it. Like, we were just making ends meet, you know, growing up and stuff like that. So now to be able to stay in one of the nicest hotels in Cancun and stuff like that. Whenever I go to Miami, I'm staying in 5-star hotels. I'm going to Atlanta, staying in the best hotel in the city. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I'm flying here, flying there. You know what I'm saying? Doing all these things. People ask me, yo, Carl, why are you going crazy with this, bro? Like, I look over this and think, like, yo, when I was younger, if I had stayed doing what I was going to do, what I was told to do, I would still be in the same situation, not being able to travel, not being able to see the world. When you see the world, it opens your eyes and it expands your mind. You now know that things are infinitely possible. You know what I'm saying? You know that there's so much money in the world. You get endlessly motivated by it. You know what I'm saying? But, like, growing up, we couldn't do that. And all the rich white kids used to make fun of me. Carl can't travel. Carl just went to Mystic. Oh, you just went to Mystic for the summer. Oh, you just went to New Hampshire for the summer. I remember everything, bro. I remember being the only black kid in the class. I remember being the only black kid in the whole class of 2019. It wasn't everybody, but I remember certain things about certain situations where kids made me feel bad because, not that race has anything to do with it, but kids used to have that perception of me and make me feel bad as, oh, Carl's just a poor black kid. Oh, Carl, you know, can't do this. Or, they used to make fun of me. Carl just went to New Hampshire. We went to Paris and Aruba and Japan and Hong Kong and Guam and Russia and wherever all these weird kids would go to. You know what I'm saying? But that's the other thing now that I'm doing it by myself, bro. They had to rely on mommy and daddy, and they're still relying on mommy and daddy to go on these trips and do this and do that. And when they do go on vacation, they're shocked that I'm doing it at such a young age by myself. Growing a cash flowing business, growing a personal brand, growing there on social media, doing this, doing that. They can't fathom doing it by themselves because they're like, yo, how is Carl at 24, 25, 23, 24, 25 doing the same things that we were doing and my dad was paying for, that daddy was paying for, that mommy and daddy was paying for, that mommy and daddy had to work all year to be able to provide one trip for us once a year. Now I travel 100 nights. I'm about to be at 100 nights at the hotels, and I've been, since my grandpa died last October, I've been on the road 8, and it's only been 9 months. So out of the 9 months that he's been away, that he's been gone, sorry, I'm just kind of drawing a blank right now. It's tough for me to talk about, but I've stayed 100 nights, and every month, for 8 out of the 9 months that he's been gone, I've traveled every single month. Which is going to kind of lead me to my next topic, is that you can run from how bad you feel as long as you're being productive and doing things for it. You know what I'm saying? There's a vice to everything. There's a mean to everything, you know what I'm saying? Which I'm going to get to that too, but I want to really harp on this because it's personal, bro. This brand is personal, bro. See this, bro? This shit is personal, bro. See the watch, it's personal, bro. See this view, it's personal, bro. It's not just about the watch. It's not just about the view. It's not about, you know what I'm saying, going here and having fun and doing this and doing that. Yeah, it's fun. You got to enjoy it, but you're also working. This is work. Recording this video is work. Praying to God is work. Thanking God is work. Waking up every day with a purpose and putting energy in is work. You know what I'm saying? So people think that, oh, it's just you're going there to flex or doing this or that. Bro, I'm just posting my everyday life, bro, because this is now the lifestyle that I live. This is now my current reality, bro. Back to what I was saying is it's personal to me, bro, because like I said, we couldn't do this when I was younger, bro. My grandparents couldn't fathom. My mom couldn't fathom going to Cancun or doing this or doing that, you know what I'm saying? And now my next goal is to be able to give them a better life too. Now that I've given myself a better life, my next goal is to give them a better life too. You know what I'm saying? I wish my grandpa could see it, but that's the thing, is that why all these rich kids get mad and don't like what I'm doing is because when you don't look like them, they almost get mad that how are you doing it like them, and they start to assume all the worst about it. You know what I'm saying? But they also get mad because their dad is so breaded and they have to wait till he dies another 15, 20, 30 years for them to be able to get their hands on what he already built. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing, bro, is it hits different when you buy the car yourself, when you go on the trip yourself, when you buy the watch yourself rather than your dad just giving it to you. Because when your dad gives it to you, it's like it's you're not grateful for it. You don't appreciate it. You never struggled for it. You never went without to get it. You know what I'm saying? So all these kids that, you know what I'm saying, that are my age, that are like questioning how I do things and why I do things and this and that, y'all gotta take a long look in the mirror because I never had it given to me, bro. That's the thing, bro. That's the difference between me and you, bro. Is I had to work every day, struggle and pray and thank God to be able to do it, work with people, network with people, put myself around the money so I could somehow get my hands on it, learn from other people that have more than me, know how to build it, and build all of it, and do my own thing, just be me, and most importantly, pray to God, because nothing's possible without God. But it's personal because people ask, oh, why this, why that, because I never had it given to me, bro. I had to work, I had to struggle, I had to pray, I had to sweat, I had to cry, bro. I had to stress, I had to lose sleep. You guys have it given to you. But that's why it don't hit the same, bro. That's why I would rather be the man I am today and I've gone through everything rather than have it given to you. You know what I'm saying? Because when you have it given to you, you don't understand the value of it. You don't appreciate it. When you guys have it given to you, it's just like, oh, you know, we're going to Cancun. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, bro, like I'm really in Cancun. This is amazing, bro. I'm so grateful to God that he's given me an opportunity to put myself in a room to come down here and do that. But you know what I'm saying? A lot of you guys had it given to you, especially from Rhode Island, though. Going to a private school, seeing all this, seeing all that. You know what I'm saying? I can open my eyes to it because, yo, there's a lot of money out here. It's not impossible, but it hits different now because I'm like, damn, I did it myself. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I had a little bit of help along the way. You know what I'm saying? I have great people. I have a great team around me that does, you know, things to help me out and to hold my hand while I pursue my purpose. I've had a lot of help from God. I've had a lot of help with luck. You know what I'm saying? But I put myself in a position to do that, to get lucky. You people, here's the crazy thing about it, bro. The harder you work, the luckier you get. But the thing that y'all don't understand is that most of you guys don't work hard enough to get lucky because you quit because everything was given to you, bro. Really internalize what I said, bro. You guys don't value and you guys don't get lucky because you guys never had to work so hard, but you had to get lucky, bro. Me, I have to roll a 6. I have to roll a 6. I have to get blackjack on this next draw, bro. I have to hit the game that's on the TV, bro. If the odds are plus 10,000 and I put my last $1,000 and it's plus 10,000, so when it hits, I'll get blessed with a 10x. You know what I'm saying? You guys have never been in that position to do that because you guys have never had a struggle, bro. Y'all had to give it to you, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I travel so much. That's why I take it personally whenever I go on these trips. That's why I make sure to fucking let y'all know where the fuck I'm at. Because, you know what I'm saying? Like, you should. And here's the thing, bro. The other part of it is people say, oh, Carl, why do you care what people think? Da, da, da. Bro, I don't. But the thing is like, it hits different when everybody didn't think you would be in the position that God has blessed you to be in. You know what I'm saying? And God says in the Bible, bro, God will allow you to shine above people that doubted you. So that it says it in Psalms. That's like what the whole book of Psalms is about. So yeah, bro, it's personal to me that I'm able to travel and see the world and do this and do that because, you know what I'm saying, I couldn't as a kid. My grandparents still couldn't, my grandma still can't fathom that, like, I'm in a different part of the country right now. I mean, I'm in a different part of the world right now. I'm out of the country. You know what I'm saying? So that's the difference between me and y'all, bro. A lot of y'all had to give it to me. We had to work for this, sweat for this, pray for this. So yeah, it's personal. Yeah, I like to travel. Yeah, I like to have a good time. Yeah, I like to see things. Yeah, I like to expand my mind because I know that there's so much money out there. You feel what I'm saying? Yo, a lot of y'all just had to give it. You know what I'm saying? So you can't fathom that your dad isn't helping. Like, here's the thing that goes off in these people's minds is how is the poor black kid, because most stereotypically black people are perceived as poor or less than. It's just the world we live in now. It's okay. So how is the poor black kid doing something that my dad, that daddy, my business owning, suit wearing, slick back hair wearing, you know what I'm saying, Porsche driving, daddy that had hit given to him by his grandpa. You know what I'm saying? That old money kind of talk. You know what I'm saying? How is the poor black kid going on the same trips that daddy used to take us on? How does a poor black kid have the same watch that daddy has on? People can't fathom it, bro. It cracks their reality, bro. Like, it really does hurt these people. I'm gonna make a whole separate video on just this because I hate to talk about race because, you know what I'm saying, there's so many great people in the world, you know what I'm saying? Mexican people down here have been so extremely kind to me. They rolled out the red carpet for me, private transportation. I'll show you guys all that in a different vlog. You know what I'm saying? Red concierge service dedicated just to me for the stay. Anything we need, I call him. You know what I'm saying? Like every race is cool. That's not what I'm saying, but I'm saying that like because I'm also half white, half black. That what you're perceived as, this perception is reality. They see the African American with the tats, with the locked hair, who's jacked. Oh my God, he's supposed to be on the corner. You know what I'm saying? That's what these people are perceived as because that's what they've been told. Hate isn't. We're not born to hate people or have perceptions. It's through social media, through the conditioning, through what their parents have told them that, you know, this hotel is only dedicated to people that look like us, son. So now when they see me doing it, it's like, yo, what the fuck? He must have did something illegal. He must have not worked for it or this or that. So that's what I'm saying. So everybody's had it. I'm not saying everyone, but I'm saying like it's perception. I'm just using this as an example for, you know, what someone would perceive what we're doing now at. You know what I'm saying? So it hits different, bro. So when y'all talk about the trips and this and that, bro, that's why I take it so personal. Because, like, all these kids used to make fun of me, this and that, you know what I'm saying? I remember getting laughed at, bro. You know what I'm saying? So now to be able to do this at a young age is a blessing, bro. You know what I'm saying? It hits different. And like I said, bro, it also hits different when you had to work for it and not have it given to you. And that it cracks people's worlds, bro. It's like a shell shock when they realize that, damn, people actually have to work hard. That's why, bro, a lot of these people, too, that have had it given to them, when mommy and daddy do pass away, I hope that they never have, when they do pass away, they're going to be completely lost because they've been spoon-fed their whole life. So now they gamble the money away, they make bad business moves because they don't appreciate it, so they just keep making bad decisions. They drink it away. They're so bored with the money that's been given to them, they get into drugs, cocaine, weed. You know what I'm saying? They drink a lot. They're paying for girls. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't know the value of money. They don't know the value of the watch. They don't know the value of the car. They don't know the value of the trip. They sit in the hotel room on their phone because they don't enjoy the trip because it's been given to them because they're accustomed to it. But when you're experiencing it for the first time, when you worked hard and sweated for it and prayed for it and cried for it, it's different, bro. I'm really speaking from the heart, bro. This video, like, I'm getting elevated, my testosterone is going through the roof talking because this is real shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? I never imagined I'd be in Cancun. I know I'm kind of repeating myself, but I want y'all to really take this home what I'm saying, bro. Is that a lot of kids, they never had to work for it. So that's why they end up making bad decisions in life. That's why they're so bored because they've always eaten at the 5-star restaurant. They've always driven Porsches and Lambos and probably not Lambos, but, you know, Range Rovers and Porsches and all them ugly ass cars that people think are cool because they're expensive and they're unreliable and all that. We can talk about all that later in the car video. They look down upon people, they talk bad about people, they gossip about people, they're all into drugs and alcohol because they're so bored because they don't have to work for anything and everything's been handed to them that they blow it all. all the money that their dad and grandpa made is eventually going to get blown. Or if not, it just gets passed down. But most of the time, these kids, I'm looking at the kids around me and I'm like, damn, bro, like, when you go, it's slow for your business. You know what I'm saying? If they don't sell it and sit on a gold mine. But y'all get what I'm saying, bro, is that, you know what I'm saying? People didn't have to work for nothing, so it's a complete shell shock when someone else is doing it and actually had to work for it and by themselves without mommy and daddy's help. It's a shell shock for people, like it really honestly is, because they're like, yo, how is the black kid that wasn't supposed to be here in the same hotel that mommy and daddy used to take us to stay at? But not just do it once, do it all year round. And they're like, yeah, he must be doing something wrong. Really, it's just pray to God and work hard. You know what I'm saying? So that's why these trips are so personal to me, bro. That's why, you know what I'm saying, I really pride myself on hard work. I pride myself on praying hard. You guys never had to pray hard. You guys never had to get lucky. You guys never had to roll with it. You guys never had to hit blackjack. You guys never had to hit plus 10,000 off. You guys sports bet, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? You know the odds. Minus is more favorite, plus is more likely to happen. So the odds of me being here is plus 10,000. I've hit every single time. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of cool, you know, and it hit, like I said, you have a different level of confidence, bro. And it's like, I'm going to end this video off on this. That is a constant snowball effect, bro, right? You start out, you don't have anything, bro, right? You get your first sale, you get your second sale, you get your 10th sale, you get your first view, you get your 100,000 view, you get your millionth view. I'm sitting on over 1 million views throughout my channel right now. So, you know what I'm saying? Getting paid to do social media is like, you get that confidence boost from it. You're like, okay, I stayed at this hotel once. Now, and I'm not scared to spend a little more when I travel because it's expanding my mind and expanding my reality to know everything's possible. I've said that, bro. Go to the nicest hotel in your city. Drop a bag at the nicest hotel in your city. Post a picture that you're there having a good time. People are going to be like, damn, you know, you're doing really well. Get that energy about you, right? You know what I'm saying? And then once you get that energy and you're there and you see the nice cars, you see people talking money, you see people dressed nice, you see people with nice chains, nice watches, nice cars, you're going to want to get that for yourself. So you're going to go 10 times harder. That's why I believe in traveling so much, is because it expands your mind. You know what I'm saying? But not only that, you get that confidence of knowing, okay, I've been here once, I can do it again. I've spent this much once, I can do it again. Then you get confident because you're like, damn, I did it yourself. You know what I'm saying? This is why, you know, a lot of these rich kids don't have any confidence and they're completely lost in the world because they've had everything given to them. They've had a butler to give them exactly what they want whenever they want it, to wipe their ass whenever they want it, to give them a drink whenever they want it. You know what I'm saying? You never had to work for it. You never had to get up and go grab the water themselves. You know what I'm saying? So they can't fathom having to do it yourself. You know what I'm saying? So it hits different and you get more confident. And then once you get more confident, it's a snowball effect. Because once you get more confident, it's literally just you're moving, you're just going, you're rocking and rolling. Okay, I won this, I'm going to come back from Cancún, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to keep making moves. And then it snowballs, you get that confidence, and all of a sudden now, you're walking with your chest like you're 6 feet tall because everything, you know you work hard so you get more confident, bro. The key to being so confident is knowing that you've worked so hard and you've prepared so hard and everything you've done is to lead to that moment. You just got to keep working hard, keep praying hard, you know what I'm saying? I believe it's all possible. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it hits different whenever, you know, you got to do it on your own. Shout y'all, see you signing out. That was fire.